This week in Jamaica Now, Jamaica loses 4x100-meter relay gold from Beijing Olympics after Nesta Carter tests positive for a banned substance. Former Moravian president and deputy charged for child sex abuse. And the alleged victim says she's ready to fight to the end to get justice. And Jamaica makes major drop in corruption index. I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. Sprinter Nesta Carter says he's considering his options after he was retroactively disqualified from the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games following reanalysis of his frozen samples that tested positive for a banned substance, methylhexanamine. Carter has 21 days from the January 25 ruling to take his case to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. With the decision of the IOC to strip Carter of his 2008 Beijing gold medal, Jamaica has been asked to return the 4x100-meter medal it won in Beijing. Carter ran the lead-off leg on a team completed by Michael Frater, Asafa Powell and Usain Bolt. And the decision to strip Carter's Beijing relay gold medal means Jamaican sprint king Usain Bolt would also lose his triple-triple. Bolt says he has already returned his relay gold medal to the local Olympic body.
It's rough, but I have to give up on the medal, and I did give it back because it was quite by IOC, so I did give it back. I'm not happy about it, but it's just one of those things that happen in life, you understand? So,
no chance you might go back and try and get
No, I'm not focused on it. I think I've still have accomplished. I don't think that's changing.
In other news, the former president of the Moravian Church in Jamaica, the Reverend Dr. Paul Gardner, and his former deputy Jermaine Gibson are to appear in the Manchester Parish Court on Wednesday to answer to sex charges. The pastors were on Monday each granted bail in the sum of $300,000 on charges of carnal abuse and indecent assault. The police say the incidents date as far back as 2002. According to the police, Gibson had a sexual relationship with the female complainant who was 12 years old at the time. And the police say 2 years later, Dr. Gardner also developed sexual relations with a teen. Their attorney, Lambert Johnson, has described the case as vile, malicious, and tenuous. And the complainant in the case against the two Moravian ministers says she is prepared to fight to the end. The complainant also told the Gleaner that she was happy to hear that Dr. Gardner and Mr. Gibson have now been charged. She said, quote, "My resolve to see it through is even greater, especially given their insistence on saying the charges are unfounded, as per the statement issued by their lawyer," end quote. Meanwhile, the acting head of the Moravian Church in Jamaica, the Reverend Phyllis Smith Seymour, says the church will continue to support the pastors at this time.
The brothers are saying they are innocent and we have to care for them and listen to them at this time. The church is resolute that there is nothing that is going to floor the church. We're not going to fall over and play dead because of that. We are still committed to our mission to proclaim the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. It's not the church that has been arrested, individuals who have been arrested.
A member of the Jamaica Defense Force has been placed under military detention as investigators intensify their probe into Wednesday night's murder of a 31-year-old Lance Corporal Michael Fraser in Rock River, Clarendon. Meanwhile, the Clarendon police are still questioning a female soldier in connection with the murder. She was found at the home of Lance Corporal Fraser. She's also said to be the wife of the soldier who has been detained at the military headquarters. Telecommunications company Carousel says it has accepted the decision of the Supreme Court Judge Leighton Pusey to reject its application to block an investigation into the company. Carousel's parent company, Symbiote Investments, went to court after receiving letters from the Office of Utilities Regulation and the Spectrum Management Authority informing that they were conducting investigations that may result in recommendations for the suspension or revocation of its license. Carousel said it regarded the letters as an extreme act of hostility and that they were issued in a manner which appeared to deprive it of legal protection. But according to the judge, Carousel's application for an order seeking to block the investigation was premature. Jamaica has slipped 14 places to be ranked 83rd out of 176 countries on the 26 Corruption Index. But the Justice Minister, Delroy Chuck, says the government does not see this as a blemish on the administration. Jamaica has also dropped in the Corruption Perception Index score, which is now at 39 out of 100. That's 2 places lower than the 41 attained in 2015. Based on the CPI rankings, 0 is seen as highly corrupt and 100 as very clean. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, we hear more from the president of the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association, Dr. Warren Blake, on the Nesta Carter development.
Well, the initial reaction is that, having now seen the ruling, is that the athlete has the right to appeal, and we will await the decision of the athlete as to what he will be doing. This is something that happened from 2008, so I don't think it will have an effect on Jamaica's reputation going forward, because we have done everything that was asked of us in sorting out the issues that they claimed was at JADCO.
Are you, as president of the J3, somewhat disappointed, surprised by the ruling, given everything that you
No,
know?
I have learned to expect everything. You know. So I mean, I've really I didn't rule out that he would not be found guilty, but my personal opinion is that I really am surprised that they chose that route.